This is a video. Hello.
Hello.
So I like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm not sure if you could tell that. Like half my videos on my channel are JoJo's related. And here I have my friend Charlie from Critical Fail.
Hello.
If you go watch that, that's also I'm in that too.
It's great.
And Cooper from
Hello.
Buoyancy.
Hi.
Buoyancy.
Buoyancy.
So
Not
what we've done
Buoyancy.
today is Cooper has watched how many?
Less
50?
than like 1/3 of JoJo's.
Like you've watched you haven't even reached stands yet, right?
No.
So
No,
he's
no,
still
no.
in part 1, yeah, or
Yeah.
parts 1 and 2. So we've compiled a list of some real stands and some fake stands, and I've written these. Charlie helped, which is why he's here,
Yes.
and he's also gonna comment on things. So you ready for the first stand?
Yes, I am.
All right, this first stand. Oh, I should probably give you what I'm giving you. So the things I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you the name of the stand. I'm going to give you the user. I'm going to give you the part that it appears in, the musical reference, and a description of the stand, along with a fun fact. Yeah, that's there. Okay. I thought I didn't have one on the first one for a second, but yeah, the fun
Nice.
fact. So
Okay.
the first stand is Fashion is Danger. Its user is Augustus Zeppeli. It first appears in Part 5, Vento Oreo. Its musical reference is to Fashion is Danger by Flight of the Conchords. And as a description, Fashion is Danger has no physical body per se, rather it manifests as a scarf around the user's neck. It has the ability of pattern animation. This allows the stand to use patterns on enemies' clothes against them. For example, it could turn the lines of a plaid shirt into restrictive wires to hold an enemy in place. And as a fun fact, Fashion is Danger's user, Augustus, is the first Zeppeli to appear after the introduction of stands in Part 3.
Wait, but isn't Zeppeli dead?
There actually are 2 Zeppelis in part 1 and 2, both have a Zeppeli, and then it comes back in part 5.
Okay, yeah. I don't know.
So now it's up to you to decide whether it's real or fake.
What do you think, Cooper?
I feel like it could probably be legitimate. It seems like something very Zeppeli-like. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah, no, it does. No, that makes
yeah.
sense.
I'm gonna go with I think it's real.
This is completely made up.
Fuck.
Yep.
I made this up.
I mean, great stand. It's actually really cool. I love that.
Yeah, it's a good. It's
I feel
probably.
like I would have that stand. I'm that into fashion.
I don't know why I did that. You guys can't see that. So you ready for your next stand?
Yeah.
I'm sure you're gonna enjoy this one,
Oh, boy.
because this one is Green Day.
Oh fuck
Its
yeah.
user is Chicolata. Its first appearance is in Part 5, Vento Oreo. As a description, it is a large humanoid stand that kind of resembles a cactus, with what looks like to be like turrets on its head. Its ability is that it creates a deadly mold which takes effect whenever someone lowers in elevation. So if you go lower, the mold takes effect and starts killing you. This works well in combination with Chicolata's partner, Seko, who has the stand Oasis, which can make ground into like water. Essentially. As a fun fact, the current longest beatdown in JoJo history is on the user of this stand. It is Giorno Giovanna. The son of Dio. His stand cry is Muda Muda. And in the manga, this beatdown lasted 7 pages, giving it the name the 7-page Muda.
I want this to be real so badly. I think it's fake.
That one's real. It's a
Fuck.
real stand.
I haven't gotten to that point
That was
yet,
one.
but
That
yeah.
was that was one of the ones where I thought
Feel like-
I put too much information in
Yeah,
there.
I would have thought it was real because there's so much reference to the manga.
Yeah.
But you know I love Green Day.
Yeah.
So
I
I
do.
don't know if you're trying to take advantage of me.
Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
This next one is the World Holy Diver. Its stand user is Dio. It appears at the very end of Stardust Crusaders, Part 3. Its musical reference is Holy Diver by the band. Is it band? I don't know if it's a band or a single musician, but Dio, the one that Dio Brando is named after.
That's a. Oh God, I
Is
don't
it a
want to
band?
get this wrong.
I'm pretty sure it's a band.
I think it's a band.
we
We'll
look
fact
it
check
up?
and put it up on screen.
Yes.
It's wrong. So the World Holy Diver is a modification of Dio's original stand. At the tail end of Part 3, the trend of naming stands after music starts. And so after Dio obtains or absorbs the blood of Joseph Joestar, he fully bonds with Jonathan's body, which is why he's back in part 3. And then that also gives an improvement to his stand, making it the World Holy Diver. It doesn't give him a new...
And what was his stand originally?
It's just the world.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
And so it gives him a greater amount of time stop, which is its ability. It stops time. And it just generally increases its power. And as a fun fact, the World Holy Diver is the first stand in JoJo history to have a stat reach beyond A rank, having an S rank in both power and potential.
I feel like, given that it's Dio, it could be legitimate. So, I think that's real.
That is not real. It's fake. The World Holy Diver is not a thing. Dio just has the world. At least this Dio. Part 7 has another Dio because it's in an alternate universe. Also, I should mention I've supplied Cooper with a sheet of...
I haven't been using this.
You haven't been using it. All right.
Okay.
I know you probably know of part of this because I've probably memed it to death around you. But this next stand is it's called a substand, which is the substands are really weird. They can be like abilities, or they're mostly just named abilities of stands. So this is Killer Queen Under Pressure. Its stand user is Yoshikage Kira. Its first appearance is from Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable. And its musical reference is Under Pressure by Queen and David Bowie.
Yeah.
So Killer Queen Under Pressure is a substand of Killer Queen, much like Sheer Heart Attack and Killer Queen Bites the Dust. Under Pressure is obtained when Killer Queen merges with the stand Stray Cat, which has the ability to create highly pressurized air bullets. This, in combination with Killer Queen's ability to turn anything into a bomb, culminates in Killer Queen Under Pressure, so we can fire off like invisible bombs, basically. And as a fun fact, Kira gets the idea to use Stray Cat in combination with Killer Queen after Hayato, a boy who Kira is impersonating the father of, attempts to use Stray Cat to kill him. So.
Wait, so this is which part?
This is Part 4.
Part 4.
Diamond is Unbreakable.
Okay. I know that the Killer Queen stand is real.
Yeah. Question is this substand a thing?
The substand. From what little research I've done of JoJo's and what I've seen, I haven't heard anything of substands.
There's not a whole lot of them really. There's a good amount of them, but mostly it gets in later parts they happen.
It's wrong.
I can give an example of another substand. It's King Crimson's Epitaph, which is part of it allows King Crimson to work because it lets him see 10 seconds into the future, and then he can decide if he wants to.
I think I've heard that. I think I've heard you mention that before. So yeah. I think it's real.
It's not.
Fuck.
Oh, I thought that was real.
I'm also gonna have a scoreboard underneath to see which one.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, so King Crimson Epitaph is the thing in his forehead.
Yeah, it's the thing in his forehead.
Oh, that's a substand?
Yeah, and then also
but
Epitaph is a real thing.
Yeah.
And Killer Queen, Epitaph and King Crimson are a real thing. Killer Queen's also a real thing. Bites the Dust and Sheer Heart Attack are also real things.
Fuck.
Now, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Next stand is The Hand. Its user is Okuyasu Nijimura. Its first appearance is Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable. Shit, you know this, don't you?
I do.
Fuck.
I think it's next to me because we were taking a class and I kept saying how Okuyasu is my favorite character as a stand user.
Was that in geometry?
That was in entrepreneurship, I think.
Entrepreneurship?
Oh yeah.
I set him as my background.
Yeah, said it was
you
man
told me
literally
about
too
that.
stupid to die.
Yeah. It was really fun.
And funny thing about that
Oh,
is
right.
you hadn't even seen the part where that
Yeah, no, I hadn't even
reference
seen
is.
that yet.
But he just,
Now I'm
All
like
right,
halfway
1
through
point.
Part 5.
1 point to my...
1 point.
What number is
Out
it?
of
1
what?
point.
5?
Yeah, 1 out of 5.
Hell yeah.
Andrew, you better get to mine that I put.
Oh yeah, no, we're doing all of them.
We're doing all.
The next stand is called Born This Way. Its user is Kyo Nijimura. Yeah. It's from Part 8, JoJolion. Its reference is Born This Way by Lady Gaga. And Born This Way takes the shape of like a human riding a motorcycle. At first glance, it's like impossible to tell it's a stand. It just looks like a person riding a motorcycle. But if it takes its helmet off, it's got like a robotic face. Yeah, it's draped in like black motorcycle gear. And the motorcycle is like armored. And so it's an automatic stand. which means it has a trigger and it'll do a certain action, but it's not really controlled by the user. And its ability is that it deploys once a target opens something, like a door, a box, and it'll just start chasing them down, and it starts freezing them to death. The only way to stop this is to close the thing you first opened. And as a fun fact, Born This Way was originally going to be called Going Underground after the song by The Jam, and the initials GU can still be seen on the user's clothing.
What if it were to? Couldn't they make it more efficient by just freezing the thing that the enemy opened?
I mean, I guess.
Huh.
The stand is from the manga, and I haven't read all the manga yet, so.
Well, if you haven't read all the manga, and it's part 8.
Yeah, part 8.
So,
JoJo.
How many parts of the manga have you read?
Not a lot. I've read like part of part 6, and a fair amount of just random things from part 7.
That's fake.
It's real.
Fuck. Because you haven't read part 8.
I haven't read. I actually haven't read the manga, but I know this because I watch a lot of JoJo stuff.
I actually went to a comic store in Salem, and I spent like $100 there on like manga and comics.
There's no official American release of the JoJo manga past what's already been animated.
Yeah,
as far as I'm
literally
aware.
almost spent like another $50 on JoJo's. Well, I figured I'd just watch it instead.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah.
So ready for the next one?
Yeah.
The stand is called Cream. Its user is Vanilla Ice. It's from part 3.
Ice,
the tail end.
ice, baby.
Yeah, and it's Vanilla Ice, and the stand is called Cream. It's from the tail end of Stardust Crusaders, part 3. So Cream is like a somewhat humanoid stand that's kind of used like an armor by its user. Its ability is that anything it consumes, like it can eat something, goes into like an endless abyss inside its mouth, and only the user is capable of surviving there. It can also swallow itself, making itself like just like a bubble of erasure. It just erases anything it moves through. And though, this form is completely blind, so that's kind of the thing about it. And as a fun fact, Cream and its user are a pun in all various translations of JoJo. In some of the older translations from like the OVA and stuff, Vanilla Ice is called Iced, and in the more modern one, he's called Cool Ice. So either way, it has ice cream in it somehow.
Oh god, I really don't want to mess this up. I'm already a disappointment to the anime community.
Oh boy.
I'm hinging on fake, but
It's up to you.
fake.
It's real. There's
Mother-
really
fucker.
there's really a pun like that. I also want to mention that that a partner to this stand and its user is named the user is named Kenny G, and they had to change that for copyright reasons.
Kenny G.
Yeah, because
Like
they
the
like the artist they changed it to Billie Jean, as in the Michael Jackson
Count
song.
Your money.
For some reason, I don't know why.
Jeez.
All right, ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Next one is Achy Breaky Heart. Its user is Cyrus Williams.
I listened to that song in preschool all the time.
It's from part 7, Steel Ball Run, which is Cowboy Hours. And its reference is Achy Breaky Heart by Billy Ray Cyrus. So
It's by Billy Ray Cyrus?
yeah.
Holy shit.
So we actually don't see its full physical appearance. We only see bits and pieces of it, but we know it has like cowboy boots and like a hide jacket. And we have its ability is what we mostly see. We don't see a lot of actual like full-on punching stands in part 7. A lot of them are just abilities. Is that it has the ability to befriend broken objects. And what that means is once it's befriended an object, that object will work in the user's favor. So he often like lays traps with it, and to catch the other racers off guard. And he also has a revolver on his hip that's broken, and it'll just misfire and shoot people if they try to attack him. It'll misfire out of the holster, and then just another one straight forward. It's really cool. It's one of my favorite part 7 stands. And as a fun fact, Cyrus is the only racer in Steel Ball Run to refuse the prize money after the race concluded because he only entered to better himself as a person.
Is Prize Ball Run? Wait,
Steel Ball Run.
Steel Ball Run.
That's also the name of the part.
Dude, I think there was a reference to that in like one of the Ninjago episodes.
Like a Ninjago.
Ninja Ball. Why do I remember?
It might have been. Oh my god, holy sh... Did
It
Ninjago
was.
reference JoJo?
Wait a sec.
Wait.
Also, Andrew, I have a suggestion. Since I've only watched parts 1 through 5, how about for like 6 through 8? Could I also guess?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, you can also...
work
I'll add it
together.
to the
Yeah.
Ellie scoreboard, too.
Big board.
Yeah,
Except
I
I
can get
can't
some
help you
help.
for
Except
1
you
through
know
5.
some of them.
God damn it.
I can't help with 1 through 5 though,
Or also
Okay.
ones that you know of.
which I don't.
Some of them, though, I talked about. With
I think
That
so.
one I think is real.
It's not.
Fuck.
I got this,
I
though,
need to
from...
expand my vocabulary.
I've got this from a video where someone was trying to guess the name and powers of a stand. And this was for the stand Civil War, which is a really cool stand actually, and I like it a lot. You ready for the next one?
Of course. Yes.
The next stand is called Threshold. Its user is Ryan Parker. It's from Part 7 still. Its reference is to Threshold by Go Child. And it takes the form of Ryan's blood and cannot be activated unless he has an open wound on his body. The stand acts on his subconscious thought, leading him to believe that it has a mind of its own and that at any moment it might turn on him. This, of course, is completely false and will never happen. It's also unique in that its range is not represented of like the area of effect, because if his blood is somewhere, he can activate like the stand by itself, even if it's out of his like actual stand range.
What part is this?
Part 7.
Okay, so I can...
7 and
And
wait, what's the user's name?
Ryan Parker.
Ryan Parker. Where does this take place? California.
It's California
I was
too.
thinking, that sounds really fucking American.
Yeah.
Yeah, and fun fact is that during the Threshold arc, Ryan's like knocked out while riding his horse, and his stand just takes full control of his body in order to keep him from falling off.
Nice.
And it's stated that this is due to his like undying ambition to win the race, to support his younger sister back home, which is the reason he entered this race entirely.
Okay, well, it says it's cowboy time, so here it also
Yep.
mentions a race, so
I'm gonna go with fake.
It's fake.
Fuck!
I think Charlie already knew this one though.
Oh no, I didn't know this one.
Oh, this is what I
God.
used as a.
I was just guessing.
This is what I use as a basis for
Oh, God.
showing you the system though, the JoJo system.
Oh, I didn't pay attention during that.
Dude, literally any
That's
other
probably why.
anime, and I would probably be doing so much
Andrew, I'm
better.
telling you, any stand
than
that
I
you
am
would have
now.
told me that was from 6 through 8, I probably don't remember it.
Well, it's a fake stand.
Yeah.
It wasn't from Part 8. It's my own. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
This one is Kraftwerk. Its user is Sale. It's Part 5, Vento Oreo. And its musical reference is to the band Kraftwerk. You've already seen this one though.
I don't think I...
Yes, you have. It's very early on in Part 5.
Ah.
It's in like the same arc as when Mista first uses his stand.
Ah.
So it's a humanoid stand with like robotic features, and I put this here. It kind of looks like Bender from Futurama. At least the
I haven't seen Futurama.
the manga coloring of it looks.
That's a robot?
Yeah. It's the just because its teeth are like always showing, and it looks super goofy, and I love it. It has the ability to manipulate kinetic energy, either taking the object's kinetic energy away entirely or locking it in place, so the user can add more kinetic energy. And it can just build it up, and there's like no limit to how many objects it can like hold. And it is able to use bullet shots at itself as a projectile of its own. This is the fun fact. Even be able to reverse a bullet shot by Guido Mista's Sex Pistols, which is a stand that's entire ability is manipulating bullets.
I know that's a real stand.
Yeah, that is.
The Sex Pistol. Fuck.
The most fun thing about the fake ones is that I have such a
It's so
wide
convincing.
such a wide variety of musical tastes that it's hard to
Yeah.
tell whether or not I've actually listened to things.
Ugh. Put in a Katy Perry inspired one and I'll know it's fake.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I mean, Part 8 had a Lady Gaga one.
True, but I mean, I don't know.
Katy Perry's not as good though.
Yeah, no, Katy Perry.
Rocky has some actual good taste, you know.
Yeah. Real.
Yep, you got it.
Yes!
This is a real
Nice.
stand. It's
Fuck
one of
yeah.
my favorite.
I was a little bit skeptic because I'm pretty sure the name was Arts and Crafts, right?
That's the translation name.
The translation name.
It's Arts and Crafts, and it's stupid, and I like that.
Yeah.
The translation names for them are.
It's also green, which is weird.
It's green in the anime, and it's like silver in the manga.
That's strange. Well, is it like metallic green?
Not
It's
really.
like a
No.
swamp green.
The next stand, the stand's name is Rat, R-A-T-T. Its stand user is 2 rats.
Dude,
It first
I
appears.
am this stand.
It first appears in Diamond is Unbreakable, Part 4, and its references to the band Rat. And it takes the shape of like a machine. It has a front-facing shield with a camera lens and like a cannon on its back. And the stand is shared between 2 rats, one of which Jotaro names Bug Eaten. And Rat is particularly deadly because its ability is that it fires melting bullets, which essentially, if they hit your skin just starts melting. It's very kind of gross, but also rad. Yeah, a large part of the body is just immediately melted organic material. It's nearly impossible to heal. And if the target isn't killed in the first hit, the clumps of melted flesh will nearly ensure that the second shot kills. As a fun fact, the second rat of the 2, Bug Eaten, was able to predict how Jotaro would move and stop time, and could fire in such a way that the bullets would ricochet off a rock and hit him, which makes him more intelligent than any of the Stardust Crusaders, who took like 3 episodes to figure out that Theo's ability was time stop.
Okay. That sounds way too OP. I'm going with fake.
It's real. It's a real stand.
No.
It's a real stand.
It's a real stand.
The only one that
Fuck.
can like heal the
Yeah,
rat
it's-
spoons though is Josuke.
Josuke's
His
stand.
stand can heal.
Yeah, his stand heals.
It's a terrifying stand.
It's terrifying. It's genuinely like.
You're telling me like,
A rat
is this the only one that's like this OP, or are there
Huh?
more?
No, there's probably more.
Well, it seems to be more overpowered than it is because
Yeah.
specifically because Jotaro was using this as a training exercise for Josuke.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's teaching him how to that he could since he has a close range stand, he's teaching him that you could like fire projectiles with your stands.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I
kinda-
said.
It's similar to
seen-
penny snapping.
I
where you
actually
take it and
have
you,
seen,
bat and it,
like,
shoots.
Fragments of part 3, I think.
Yeah.
That's what we were watching in Geometry.
Yeah.
Stardust
we were
Crusaders.
watching Stardust Crusaders a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah,
Two
but
episodes.
that was like the earlier parts of it though, which
Yeah,
don't have the music
I think so.
references.
Okay.
This next one's called Boy to Man. Its user is Ken Oyan Guy. I don't know how to pronounce this because they don't actually call him that in the anime. They just call him Jonkin Kid. And its ability, it's like a humanoid stand. It's covered in like riveted armor, kind of crab-like. It's got a pointed helmet. It resembles a knight, like a crab knight. It doesn't have any combat abilities, but its entire powers, all of its powers, are centered around rock, paper, scissors. So they call him Jonkin Kid throughout the entirety of it. The only time you really see his actual name is on like a splash screen.
Of course.
And every time the user wins around a rock, paper, scissors, they'll steal a portion of your energy, like a third of your soul.
Yeah.
And losing a best of 5 to him will he'll just kill you.
Yeah.
Which part is this? Is this 8?
And this is part 4. And if you win a best of 5, all your energy is returned to you, and you're good to go. And it's a fun fact: despite the ability of Rohan Kishibe's Heaven's Door allowing him to read minds, he still nearly loses to Ken. Which it should be noted that this is a 11-year-old boy.
So it's a lolly.
No,
No, it's just 11-year-old.
it's an 11-year-old boy.
Seems bizarre enough to be real.
So is that your final answer?
Do you know this?
Yeah, he's watched all of part 4, so he knows
I've watched
if it's real.
1 through 5.
I think it's real.
It's real.
Yeah.
And I
3
want to
points.
mention its stupid translation name, which is Boy's Man.
Oh, God.
Because boy to man.
What
Boy's
does that
man.
have to do with rock, paper, scissors?
I don't actually know.
But what's really cool is that since your stand is like a representation of your soul, he takes away your stand too.
Yeah, he takes a stand.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
All right, here's the next one. It's called Superfly. Its user is Toyohiro Kanadachi. It's from part 4. I put a lot of part 4 stuff because it's my favorite part. And it's a reference to the album Superfly, Curtis Mayfield. And Superfly is bound to a radio tower. The user had been living in the tower before he even got a stand because it didn't have taxes and whatever. And once he got a stand, it would not let him leave. The user has like no control over the stand. It is just a force that he has to deal with. And any damage to the tower is reflected back at the person who like attacks it, making it indestructible. And one person must be inside the tower at all times. If you try to leave, if there's no one else inside, you turn to metal. You turn into metal and become part of the tower. As a fun fact, it's not the only stand in Part 4 that is a nuisance to its user, as the stand Cheap Trick is another stand in Part 4 that harms its user, which literally just kills the user if anyone looks at their backs, and then attaches itself to whoever looked, perpetuating the cycle. Also, feel free to ask questions if you have anything.
God.
You can ask both of us questions for part 3.
I don't know. I don't know what questions I would ask though.
Huh?
So I have like practically no knowledge of JoJo's.
You can ask either one of us questions, but if it's anything from part 6, 7, and 8, I can't answer it because I don't know.
Real.
It's a real stand.
Yep.
This is a real
4
stand.
points.
Man, that's a funny thing that I thought about this episode in particular was that when I think it was Josuke and Okuyasu and the other guy,
Mikitaka.
whenever they're they got there and the stand user was literally taking a shit and he was like, get away, get it. Like the stand user was telling Josuke and it's like, get away, and they proceeded to get pelted with just piss. Like, because it was like fertilizing the plants. I just found that really funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he grew
That
his
should
own food
go
and
up
stuff.
on the screen in the video.
What? I'll see if I can find it.
I get
I'll probably put it
copyright.
up the manga panel if it's in the manga
It's
too.
really funny.
Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Next
Hit
one's
me.
Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Its stand user is President Funny Valentine, the President of the United States. It's part 7.
Triple D.
Its stand is its music reference is Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. It's an album and a song by AC/DC. So, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, or D4C. I'm going to say D4C because it's much less of a mouthful. Is a stand of American President Funny Valentine. It allows him to travel between alternate universes, as well as bring other people or objects in from alternate universes, as long as either him or the thing he's trying to bring in or out is sandwiched between 2 objects. He usually uses the American flag. If someone comes into contact with his alternate version of themselves, they just immediately die. Valentine, of course, is immune to this. And as a fun fact, the ability isn't named after the Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, or the ability isn't not named. The ability isn't based on Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. It's actually named after the user because of the song My Funny Valentine. It's been covered so many times, no one really knows who wrote it.
Oh wow.
And this relates because he teams up with alternate versions of himself.
Well, you mentioned earlier that there was an alternate reality version of Dio, or like a Dio from an alternate universe. And
Yeah, well-
part 7.
Part 7, it does take in an alternate universe to the main one.
So, I think that's real.
It is.
At 5 points.
That is, I believe, 5 points. Yeah.
Am I?
I don't know if you're beating me
Have
now.
I made like half the guess? How many have I done? Is that
You are.
10?
That's wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wait for the next one?
Yeah. So I'm about like a solid 1/3.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, here's the next one. It's called Crazy Diamond Shine on Me. Its user is Josuke Higashikata, Part 4 edition, not Part 5 or Part 8. It's Josuke. They're 2 different characters. they have the same name, they live in the same place, but they're in alternate universes. And its musical reference is "Shine on You, Crazy Diamond" by Pink Floyd, and "Shine on Me" is the second form of Crazy Diamond, which is obtained by Josuke after he pierces himself, the same arrow that gives Killer Queen his ability Bites the Dust. And hold on,
What's the Bites the Dust ability do?
Bites the Dust, it time loops.
Okay.
So it gives him the ability of universal law manipulation, making him able to manipulate the laws of chemistry, distance, forces, matter, energy, particles, physics, property, reality, science, space-time, variables, vectors, and virtual particles. These were all listed on the wiki. So I made sure to put all of them down. The main drawback of it is that you can only manipulate one at a time. Regardless, he uses this ability in order to pull Kira out of the time-looping effects of Bites the Dust in order to defeat him. And much like Bites the Dust, a lot of people consider Shine on Me to be a Requiem stand, which is a thing that we're not introduced to until Part 5.
So,
If you need me to restate anything, I can...
what did you say the diamond part?
It's called Crazy Diamond, Shine on Me.
Yeah, what was the Crazy Diamond part?
Shine on You, Crazy Diamond by Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
And that's the name of the original stand he has.
Because you said he pierced himself with the arrow.
That gives, the same arrow that gives Kira Bites the Dust.
Yeah. But I feel like Bites the Dust has like, that name has nothing to do with a time loop.
It's the way it activates.
Is that just like a running theme of the anime?
Bites the Dust, the way it actually acts is it's another one Bites the Dust, and the way it actually acts is it kills people before it loops time. So it'll kill someone and then it'll loop the time. So it's another one Bites the Dust.
So they keep dying in a loop. Okay.
Yeah, and they die in a loop.
Okay, I can see that. I think it's real.
It's fake.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's fake. I need to give huge shout outs to Caleb IA for making this one on his series Stand Up. Huge props to you. I love this idea so much. Are you ready for another one?
Yeah, hit me.
All right, Star Platinum all over the world. It's Jotaro Kujo. You know him. It's got a hat.
I feel like I've heard this before.
It's reference is All Over the World by Electric Light Orchestra, and its first appearance is in Part 6. He's in Part 6 because Jolene, the main JoJo of Part 6, is his daughter. And so All Over the World is the final form of Star Platinum. It's commonly referred to as Star Platinum Requiem and wasn't given the name All Over the World. In the manga, it only later got this name in an art book called JoJo Agogo. After being pierced with the Requiem arrow, Star Platinum the World, which is the second form of Star Platinum, became one with the world, giving it its new ability, which is anything within 15 meters of a 15-meter radius of the Jotaro, now boosts the power of Star Platinum, allowing him to essentially borrow stand abilities. And its appearance isn't much different from the regular, except it has like globes that spin in his palms. And as a fun fact, Star Platinum All Over the World is single-handedly responsible for neutralizing the effects of the stand made in heaven, which was on track to speed up time to such a degree that the entire universe would just collapse in on itself, creating a new universe entirely. But also, it's a really powerful stand and couldn't do it for very long, but I'm not going to talk about that.
I feel like I've heard that before. I think that's real.
It's not.
No?
It's not. It's not real.
I swear to God.
Star Platinum the World is a thing.
Yeah.
Star Platinum the World is after Jotaro realizes that his stand can stop time.
Yeah.
Called the Star Platinum the World. And Jotaro is in Part 6. That wasn't a lie. Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right. This is Jukebox Hero. Its user is Kazuya Ito. It's from Diamond is Unbreakable, Part 4. And it's the song Jukebox Hero by Foreigner is the reference. And so it's a stand of a close friend of one of the main characters of Part 4, Koichi Hirose? I don't remember how to pronounce it. And they were like childhood friends. They had a falling out after he left Morio. He returned and was struck by the stand arrow, giving him Jukebox Hero. and I became one of the heroes to go after, one of the stand users to go after Josuke and his friends, and then eventually became a friend of them, as is every antagonist in Part 4, except for 2? Angelo and Kira?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are the only 2 that aren't. Anyways, its ability is, if it punches something, like a radio dial will appear on the surface, and then it can twist it left or right, clockwise or counterclockwise. And if it turns it clockwise, that amplifies an aspect of the object. So like he could amplify the friction on the ground or something, and then it makes it harder to run. Or it can, if he turns it counterclockwise, it what's the word? Lessens. Yeah, lessens the aspect, so you can make it super slippery too. It's just as an example. And it's I didn't put an appearance of this, but Joseph Joestar can use his stand Hermit Purple on the he has a TV head, and Joseph uses it uses his stand to use spirit photography, which is the ability of Hermit Purple. It's very hard to explain, but basically he can see things as if a camera was recording them, but there isn't one.
I've heard of that. Either I've heard you say it, or I'm just gathering that because it's really similar to Night Eye's quirk in My Hero Academia.
I haven't watched a whole lot of My Hero. I don't know.
Maybe I should quiz you on quirks.
Oh, maybe.
Ooh, new
I
video.
played Roblox games. My Hero
Fuck yeah.
My Roblox Academia. I had the regeneration.
Fuck yeah.
Anyways,
Great.
I'll quiz you on that another time.
yeah, we can do that another time.
Yeah,
Hell
we
yeah.
quiz both of us on.
I've watched like
Yeah.
the first 2 seasons. I think.
I've watched
caught
a bit
up.
of it.
So, real or fake?
Let's see. Real.
It's fake.
No, it's fake. I actually wrote this one.
He wrote
I looked this up.
up the
Credits to what is it? Chief Big Hand of the Slapaho, which is what the
which is the user on the JoJo wiki
yeah.
who had this originally.
So this-
Thank you
it was
very
a
much.
really
Also, I
cool
forgot
idea.
to mention Star Platinum all over the world. That was not what it's called. It's just called Star Platinum Requiem. But that's the video, another video by Caleb IA in stand up, the same
Do you want the
series.
description of Jukebox Hero?
What?
Do you want the description of the Jukebox Hero?
It's like a.
It's like an Android-like stand with a TV head. It's got 2 speakers built into its chest. It's great.
All right. We have one more.
Oh.
Okay.
This final one, it's called Moody Blues.
Moody Blues.
It's named after the band. Well, the band is called The Moody Blues, but whatever. Its stand user is Leon Abacchio from Part 5. And it's a humanoid stand. It looks kind of similar to its user. Also kind of resembles a nun, according to some people. That has nothing to do with his ability or anything. But it has a
Interesting.
it has a like a kind of like a timer. Yeah, like a timer, like a alarm clock kind of display on its forehead, which corresponds to its ability, where it can transform its body and can replay events even to the finest detail, but only on one person at a time. But it can just completely he can also pause it, fast forward, and rewind it, so you can figure out what's happening. And as a fun fact, this ability is connected to his previous profession, as before he joined. Part 5 is about a gang. Before he joined the gang, he was a police officer, which I know sounds weird, but he's trying to do good. Part 5 is about Giorno not liking that the gang sells drugs to kids, so he joins the gang and becomes the boss of the gang by killing the previous boss of the gang.
Nice. That's a good plot.
It is.
Yeah, Part 5. Great season.
Also,
God.
Giorno is the son of Dio, which is God in Italian, and the main villain is named Diavolo, which is devil in Italian, which means Part 5 is an adaptation of the Bible. And Giorno is Jesus.
Giorno is Jesus. It's confirmed.
Anyways, real or fake?
Oh God. This is the last one.
This is the final one.
Real.
This is a real
Correct.
stand. You got it.
I also wrote this one in.
Yeah, he wrote this one in.
I wrote
Hell,
this in because I thought
fucking
Leon was a
yes.
great character. I love his stand.
Abacchio's good.
Abacchio's great.
Even if
Love
he is
him.
just like a dick to Giorno for the entire series.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Purple lipstick is
Epic.
also great.
Yeah, his purple is.
Nice touch.
Everyone in part 5
for
looks
you guys
gay.
like mention purple haze or something, because I've heard you mention that countless times.
Yeah, purple haze. I was. He was
Purple
gonna
Haze-
say.
No,
He
Purple
said.
Haze is my favorite part 5 stand.
Yeah, he said he was going to put purple haze in. He was like, no, I've mentioned it too much.
Yeah.
around here.
About it.
Yeah.
I've talked about it too much.
Yeah.
Purple haze
Yeah.
is a really cool stand.
Yeah, no, Purple Haze is great.
So thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
Great.
Maybe we'll do that
Awesome.
quirk thing.
Top tier.
Definitely.
I'll
So-
be sure to watch some My Hero Academia as research.
Maybe. Maybe not.
I'm not gonna
Make it
do that
easier for me.
because I want it to be better. So let's count up the score.
Final results.
Any
Yada
points?
yada. I'm terrible at JoJo knowledge. I have.
No, that's
Watch more
cool.
JoJo.
I should. I need to.
Yeah.
I've been watching it, although it's like Attack on Titan to me. You get into it and then
Yeah.
you like get out of it for a really long time. And
I
then you
binged
get
the
back
entire
into
thing.
it.
I watched the entire first season.
I see. I was gonna. I went to California recently to visit my family, and I was gonna download the entire, like as much of it as I could to watch on the plane, but one, it didn't fully download, and then also we didn't have phone chargers on the plane,
Oh boy.
so
Well,
yeah.
I'm glad you didn't do that because my
Yeah.
entire.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've been working on this
I
since,
should've.
since before break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thanks for playing. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get
Yeah.
up and now shake your hand
Awesome.
because that's what we do. And if you did in fact win, I will get you something as a reward.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
I
I need compensation
you need
for my
compensation.
humiliation.
As a compensation
I need
for just
humiliation
playing,
compensation.
I'm gonna plug your
Fuck yeah.
YouTube,
Yeah.
your Twitch, your
It-
Twitter.
Here's his Twitch
I
and
have
YouTube.
Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube.
Yeah, they'll also be in the description.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And Charlie, I'll put Critical Fail in the below, probably.
Yes.
Anything else that you have?
Nah.
That's
that's-
All
Yeah,
right.
You need to let me come on to the Critical Fail podcast.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that.
Oh yeah, we will.
Fuck yeah.
We will at some point.
Cool, cool.
Future campaigns we are releasing actually. We're gonna release hopefully soon a JoJo series of
Yep.
campaigns.
Oh.
Yep, I'm running it.
Yep, Andrew's
I
running
will.
it.
I will join that with my extensive knowledge of JoJo's.
We've already recorded
as
what,
we
like
know.
3 episodes?
Yeah, totally. We totally
Yeah.
can just record one, and I've been procrastinating.
Definitely.
Yeah, I got a pretty neat stand, honestly.
Yeah,
My character.
I was
Epic,
thinking
my
of
bro.
including those, but I was
Yeah,
hesitant because I don't know.
yeah. We've recorded like 3 different podcasts of the JoJo, but we're only probably gonna post one.
Yes,
No,
totally.
We've only done 2.
We've only done one, Charlie.
No, so far for the podcast, we've done 2.
Charlie, don't lie to the audience.
I'm sorry.
I'm a procrastinator. I procrastinated.
Two
Charlie
different
bit me.
JoJo podcasts.
Oh, yeah,
we've recorded 2 of those.
Did we record the other one, or did we just play it?
I think we're only gonna post the one you're running.
Okay, we're only posting. It's called Trials of the Jester.
Yeah.
It takes place in Salem witch hunts.
Hell yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Hope you're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Cool. Subscribe.
See ya.
Arrivederci.
Salutations, my children.